What we have is that Missouri Hope is a culmination of a couple different groups. It is sponsored by the Consortium for Humanitarian Service and Education. It's a mouthful, but it's a group of schools throughout the United States I think we have about 16 different schools that are involved at this point, and we share faculty, we share staff, we share resources so that we can put together some of these great opportunities for our students. In the United States, there's only a ratio of about 1 first responder to 300 citizens. And so anytime you have a major disaster like this, we really need some bolstering of those numbers.
That's another unique thing about this exercise is it is bringing in people from all over the country.
We've got boats, there's obviously some boats, drones this year. They're going to request air support so that they can do search and rescue, gators and rangers, sort of utility EMS vehicles to transport patients up to the field hospital. I bring the toys pretty much to MoHo.
So it gives these students an opportunity to realize that, one, it's a huge exercise in priority management. What do I have to do first? How long will my local abilities work until I'm overwhelmed? My resources locally, I have to be managed with time restraints. I'm only going to have 12 hours on shift with these folks, so how quickly do I need to request help from SEMA? How quickly do I need to request help from the neighbors?
They really have to learn to prioritize, and it's very difficult when you have a lot of people screaming for help, just like in a real disaster, and you have to go around and be very clinical and say, you don't need help right away, this person does.
One is the reality that it's very serious. Two, also the reality that if they're active, nurses, or if they're active, EMS or fire, that they might actually use some of these skills the next day they go to work. These things do happen, whether it's from a retirement home and someone with Alzheimer's that walks off and they have to be found, located, and rescued, or whether it's young kids playing, or whether it's campers lost. They might have to use these skills the next day.
They have to learn leadership, followership, how to work with few supplies, how to initially take care of these people, and how to decide who lives or dies. It's pretty emotional, it's very stressful, and they end up learning how to take care of these people and also how to let go.
You don't want to be comfortable all the time, and you got to be able to react and think on your feet. You never want to become the victim. You want to treat them and care for the victim as they go through. So
this is the future of emergency management and public services, and so they get to see what it's like to be on the front line and to understand about all these different things that are happening and going on. And so as they move forward in their career, they'll have an idea about what they may get into, and it's also a situation where people like us are able to see our future, because these young people are going to be the future of emergency management. And it has been my honor to be involved with this since the very, very beginning. And I'm part of the planning committee, and so I look forward to it every year.
The person who runs this exercise is less than 30 years old. The staff that runs this exercise is, I would say, median age about 29. Nowhere else in the United States is that going to happen with that level of responsibility, with this scope of activity. And so what we want to do is we want to refine that model so that we start creating generations of leaders who can continue this type of exercise into the future.